Cass is a presentation of Magnitude Sports. And now, the cameras are ready, the headset is on, it's game time.
And a good afternoon, everyone. We welcome you to Cass Field in Castleton. It is Class B East Region Softball here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network, and a gray and windy afternoon here in Cass County as the Central Cass Squirrels and the Kindred-Richland Vikings scoring off here in this matchup. Second game of the year for both teams. Second game of the week is after some rain. Rain finally letting up about mid to late morning here in Castleton. And with the turf field here at Cass Field, you're able to get this game in. You look next door over the baseball diamond, and still some standing water where they were supposed to play today with Central Cass and Enderlin Maple Valley. As Peyton Nelson getting her tosses in the circle, the junior will make her second appearance on the mound for Central Cass. She finished up at a win over Northern Cass on Tuesday. She pitched the seventh inning in an 8-1 victory. Nelson with the seventh inning gave up a hit and struck out two. The starting lineup and batting order here for Kindred-Richland. The Vikings at 1-0 after a 13-2 win over Enderlin Maple Valley down in Enderlin on Tuesday. Sam Brandt presents this lineup. Leading off will be the shortstop Leah Rowland. This is a very young Kindred team. We'll discuss that in more detail as we go along. Brea Mauk will bat second and play at second base. Batting third and catching, Maddie Burchell. Batting fourth will be the pitcher, the lone senior in this Viking squad, Abby McDonald. Batting fifth at first base, Danica Rath. Batting sixth, center fielder Remy Dubord. Batting seventh, the left fielder Mackenzie Fuchsa. Batting eighth, third baseman Avery Ammerman, along with Camry Nelson. We'll go with the Central Cass batting order when we get to the bottom half of the first inning. Temperatures right around 50 degrees, but the wind with that northwest wind and not much to stop it beyond the outfield fence. That will be a factor. Northwest winds at around 20 to 25 miles an hour.
Leading up for the Vikings, Leah Rowland, shortstop.
As Leah Rowland will lead things off here for Kindred-Richland. Pretty good crowd, bundled up crowd, as you might expect. First pitch is bunted on and fouled upstairs in strike one. First pitch at 4:29, 51.
Reminder, watch out for fly ball or foul balls coming back.
And we need that, and that's a good reminder. One pitch in. Well, we didn't have spring sports last year, so we had the Impact League softball games here in the summertime, but nothing in the spring. And boy, it feels good to say welcome back. Rowland, one strike as the delivery. Swing and a miss. He strikes the count. This is a very young Kindred squad. Rowland just an eighth grader. As you look in both these rosters, both these programs have been at or near the top in Class B softball here in recent memory. Pitch is just low. 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Center's about even with the bag off the line here. You can see kind of the left of your screen at first, and Lindstrom not too far off the bag at first. And the delivery. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. One away.
Now batting the second baseman, Brea Mauk.
Brea Mauk, the batter. She's a freshman playing at second base. We mentioned Kindred-Richland. 13-2 win at 15 hits in a win over Enderlin Maple Valley Tuesday. Mauk had 2 hits, 2 for 4 with an RBI. The first pitch is ball 1. Showed bunt, and boy, once she squared, that brought the quarter infielders in quicker than you could imagine. 1-0, swing and a miss. 1-1. That wind coming in from the northwest, so essentially it's coming in basically from left and center field, and just watching during batting practice and infield, fly balls, anything hit in the air, nothing's going to be quote-unquote routine today. 1-1. It's a strike, 1-2. Trying to work that outside corner, it appears, just early on. Abby McDonald, the lone senior, got a very good veteran battery there with McDonald and Burchell. Swing and foul at the plate. Do it again at 1-2. Pitch number 8 of the inning. Look at the outfield. McKinnon shading into left center. She's kind of at the bottom of the CC logo there. And the pitch. Strike 3. Got her looking. 2 down.
Now batting the catcher, Maddie Burchell.
2 away for Maddie Burchell. And just kind of working that outer half of the plate. Burchell 2 hits. Everybody in the lineup, the exception of Remy Dubord, had at least 1 hit on the 15. And really, they didn't break the game open until late against EMV. Swing and miss for strike 1. Burchell, 2 hits. Also drew a walk. Kindred got 4 extra base hits. Helped up by 3 errors the other night against EMV. Strike on the outside corner. Quickly 0-2. See if it's a bit of an open stance. We'll see if they try to maybe try to pound her inside. Nope, Prenti setting up the target outside and up in the zone. Foul at the plate. Do it again at 2 strikes. Boy, she has pumped in nothing but strikes so far. Looks like this is so far 11 pitches by my numbers and 9 strikes. 0-2 the count. In their win over Northern Cass, they had 14 combined strikeouts, gave up just 3 hits to the Jaguars on Tuesday in an 8-1 win. 2-strike pitch. Out front of it, pulled foul. Still 2 strikes. Even with the middle of the order up, the way the wind is, you could probably afford to play in a couple of steps. You could maybe even go in a couple more, unless the ball's hit on a line. Fly ball's going to die. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nelson fans the side. And a 1-2.
Going to have any play. Kindred-Richland Central Cass coming back.
Fans aside, there's Nelson at the top of the first. The Central Cass lineup in batting order in just a moment. Half inning complete, no score. We're back in a moment.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Scoreless, Abby McDonald. Player hitting 8th in Barbara Prenti. Bat ninth and catch. Camry Nelson, the flex player, she is in right field. Tori Richter will lead things off for Central Cass.
Leading off for Central Cass, the second baseman, number 3, Tori Richter.
11 hits in their win Tuesday over Northern Cass. Richter 1 for 5. That hit a triple as they had 7 extra base hits. That's one impressive thing. 11 hits is nice for the opener, but 7 extra base hits. And that 8-1 win. McDonald, a senior, was a big part of that state tournament run a couple of years ago. The Vikings runner-up in the pitch, actually 2 years ago. All inside, 1-0. Maddie Burchell behind the plate. Hammerman at third, Rowland at shortstop, Mauk at second, and Danica Rath at first. 1-0 to Richter. Hit foul, just wide of third and foul. Good swing on that, 1-1 the count. Again, you're going to have to try and see if you can hit a ball on a line or just kind of hit the ball on the ground. Good cut on that one, 1-1. Outfield from left to right, Fuchsa, Dubois, and Robinson. Target to the inside corner, 1-1. A strike, 1-2. They will play Richter straight away. I see center fielder Dubois towards the bottom of the logo. 1-2. Missed away, 2-2 the count. Teams will be busy next week if the weather holds up. Doesn't sound real promising Monday. Not a lot of the area scheduled Monday. Tuesday doesn't sound much better. 2-2. Inside corner, strike 3. A good pitch and 1 down. That was a good pitch, came back inside.
Batting for the Squirrels, number 6, or shortstop, number 5, Riley Holzer.
Riley Holzer, the batter. She went deep on Tuesday at Northern Cass. The junior shortstop, swing and a miss and strike 1. Holzer, 1 for 4, 2-run score, a solo homer. The 8-1 win on Tuesday. The 0-1. Missed inside, 1-1 the count. Again, they had Summer League softball last year, so some of these players face one another, but really it's been 2 years since they've really played in full in this environment. In the dirt, it's 2-1 the count. And that Impact League softball, it really helped to promote summer softball, and it really helped at a time when I think we all needed something to go watch and cheer for. 2-1. Upstairs, 3 balls, 1 strike. It sounds like that'll be a goal for this summer as well. We're talking with some folks involved last year, including Scott Koss, Michael Oldon, and Hankinson. They'd like to get some more teams involved, especially from out west. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Full count. It's just good to hear live cheering. 3-2 the count. Base is empty, 1 out, bottom of the first, and scoreless. The payoff, pulled foul. Try it again. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat coming, 3-2. I believe those are new jerseys that Central Cass has. Used to have the red and white ones. Now these are more red and black. The Adidas jerseys look sharp. One more time at the 3-2. Strike 3. They're looking 2 down.
Now batting the pitcher, number 28, Pete Nelson, number 20.
It looked like a let-up. Looked like she took something off, and it did hit the knees in the inside corner. Peyton Nelson, pitcher trying to help her own cause. And the pitch. It is up high, 1-0 the count. McDonald will be the main pitcher for Kindred. Went 6 innings. A 13-2 win over EMV. Gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, and 12 strikeouts. 1 ball. And missed away, 2-0. Aubrey Lindstrom on deck. 2 out, nobody on. Bottom of the first and no score. In fact, we're looking for a first base runner either side. 2-0. Little jam shot and caught at second. Mouth to catch. And that will retire the side.
Going after 1 inning play. Kindred-Richland Vikings.
12 minutes in order. The bottom of the first, no score after 1. We're back just a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
If you're looking to escape the hustle and bustle of city life, Colfax Meadows, located in beautiful Colfax, North Dakota, is just what you're looking for. Colfax Meadows, just a half hour from the FM Metro, is a fun, family-friendly community. Various lot sizes are available to suit your building needs. Secure your lot pricing today. Check them out online, colfaxmeadowsnd.com. Come for a visit and stay for a lifetime.
Magnitude Sports has delivered over 1,000 broadcasts capturing all fourth quarter comebacks, walk-off home runs, buzzer beaters, 62-point volleyball sets, and double overtime victories. The excitement is on Magnitude Sports. Over 150 teams from 5 states and 2 countries have been featured on Magnitude Sports at both the varsity and sub-varsity levels. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and select your alert preference so you never have to miss that big moment from your favorite area sports team. Find us on Facebook and Twitter too. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Second, it'll be 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order. Abby McDonald had 2 hits and 3 runs batted in, including a double on Tuesday against EMV. 15 hits in that 13-2 win. Half swing, and she went too far. Strike 1, the count. Rath and Remy DuBois will follow. It's the only softball game in the East region today. The pitch, swing and a miss. And 2 strikes the count. And Nelson working, for the most part, in the middle of the plate to the outer edge. And 2 strikes the count. One game yesterday they got wiped out due to the weather. Down at Hankinson, the ball low, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McKinnon will shade McDonald about good 3 to 4 steps into left center. Just inside, 2-2 the count. Balls hit in the air are going to have to be hit on a line. Fly balls, everything's going to, the wind's just going to knock everything down. And inside there, full count at 3-2. The first 3-ball count for Nelson so far today. She works in the top of the second. The payoff. Foul. We'll do it again. 3-2. Up to the right now to play. Let's see. This turf field, let's say 17 or 18 this opened up. This has been a huge boost for the softball community on the delivery. Up the middle. Holzer bobbles it, picks it up past time, and throws it away. Off the sidewall, McDonald will reach. Bobbled it for an instant, but had time, but I think the bobble led to a hurried throw as that one sailed over Lindstrom.
First baseman Danica Rath.
Now a runner at first. Nobody out. First error of the game either side. That'll bring up Danica Rath. Freshman. Pitch is low for ball 1. Rath 1 for 4. Checked out 1 for 5 on Tuesday at Enderlin. The schedule yesterday, EMV at Hankinson was wiped out due to the weather. Swing and a miss to even the count at 1. Northern Cass and Hillsboro got their game in. The Jaguars picked up their first win of the year, 23-9 over Hillsboro Central Valley. So the Burros are off to an 0-2 start after they let one get away late at Hankinson Tuesday. Bunted on and missed. Actually did get a piece of it foul, so a ball and 2 strikes. Hankinson rallied at a big 6th inning and won that 14-11 on Tuesday over the Burros, and then Northern Cass scored early and often in a 23-9 win. 1-2 now to Danica Rath. Remy DuBois on deck. As the junior Pete Nelson delivers. Fouled away. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Talk about this field. This field got some work and some games in March in college softball. And Mayville State played some games down here, and I believe Valley City State did as well. What's that? They did, that's what I thought. Up high 2-2 the count. I knew Mayville did. I don't remember if VCSU did. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It was kind of quietly held some games here in March, and the weather was better then than it is now, 2-2, which is just kind of how cyclical the spring can be. Up high, gets away, it's 3-2. Back to the screen and on to second of the wild pitch. Will go McDonald. It's another 3-ball count. The wild pitch advances her to second, so it's honestly just as good as a bunt. Sun trying to fight its way through the clouds. Let's see in the background, Miles out into Cass County. 3-2, swung on and missed. Ball is dropped to the tag applied. Now McDonald's going to try for third and will reach. So it's a strikeout.
Batting the center fielder, Remy DeWiller.
And a delayed steal getting her to third. The ball was dropped by Prandy. She applied the tag, and with that drop, a good break and a savvy play there by McDonald to get her to third. Remy DeWard the batter. She'll try a bunt that pops away from Pranty, runner to the plate, and scores. 1-0. That'll be a pass ball to get the run in. And 1 ball to count to Remy DeWard. Freshman. 1-0 in favor of Kindred-Richland here early, and they did it without the benefit of a hit. Really, base running of McDonald was a big reason why she got on, but was aggressive and eventually came across. 2-0 the count. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1. DuBoard 0 for 2, 2 runs scored. Threw a pair of walks on Tuesday against Enderlin Maple Valley. Vikings will be at home against Hankinson Tri-State on Tuesday, weather permitting. Outside, 3-1. And as the case a lot of years for Central Cass, they usually don't have one pitcher you lean on hard. It's usually at least 2. 3-1 the count. This year it'll be Lindstrom and Nelson. Usually when they've had success, it's usually been 2 pitchers. Swing and a miss. Full count now. Third straight batter that Nelson has ran to a full count. 3-2 to the board with 1 away and the base is empty. Some unearned run charge to her. They run earlier, strike 3 looking. And 2 down.
Batting left fielder, Mackenzie Fuchsa.
5 strikeouts for Nelson. Mackenzie Fuchsa, the batter. Left fielder wears number 16. She is a freshman. Yeah, a lot of youth in this Kindred-Richland squad. You go back to 2 years ago, and boy, it seems a lot longer than that. Pitch, swinging a foul at the plate. Just got a piece of it in strike 1. They started slow that year to Kindred-Richland and then made a run late in the year. They were I believe the 3 or the 4 seed out of the East and ended up in the championship losing to Central Cass at NDSU. Inside a ball, and it's 1-1. You could kind of see it late in the year. They started playing well, and they got on a run. And they started to click, and McDonald on the mound was terrific. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. In the preseason polls, these teams were 1-2. Central Cass was 1. Kindred-Richland 2 in Class B. 1-2 pitch. Foul back to the screen. Do it once more to ball than 2 strikes. And from the East, you had 4 teams in the top 5. These 2, Thompson and Hillsborough Central Valley, and Hankinson Tri-State number 8. That's a team that's knocking on the door. 1-2, let up, struck her out. And that.
Right after 1.5 innings to play, Kindred-Richland 1, Central Cass nothing.
Hunter and run, no hits, 1 error, nobody left. Inning and a half complete. Vikings lead 1-0. High school softball here in the Magnitude Sports Media Network. We'll come back with more in just a moment.
Once again,
for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
In this place, we face obstacles like nowhere else. The clock, the trail, the hill, the challenge that's always waiting. When that challenge comes, we'll meet it together. Because it's your chance to show what you're made of. Tenacity, resilience, and the power to prove that the toughest competition comes from within. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
First pitch, a strike to Aubrey Lindstrom. And it's 0-1. Lindstrom, Katie Center, Kaylee McKinnon to face McDonald here in the bottom of the second. Vikings with an early 1-0 advantage. Lindstrom, 3 hits, including a double, 2 runs batted in, half swing. Did she go? It'll be an appeal. And she went, 2 strikes. Kind of wondered, and Virgil didn't turn around and ask. And they, pitcher or catcher or coach can ask, but it's up to the umpire to ask the base umpire, and said, yep, she went. 0-2, target outside, and hit the target and missed outside. 1-2. McDonald, 2 strikeouts and a line drive out to second in the bottom of the first. Now working the 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. The 1-2 is just inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Squirrels had the upper hand 2 years ago. Won the Summer Impact League softball title as well. Balance of power is kind of teetered back and forth. 2-2. Pop foul. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The early days of Class B softball. Central Cass dominated things. Kindred-Richland kind of took over in the middle part of the 2000 teens, and it's kind of shifted back to the middle of Cass County again. 2-2. Virgil sets up inside. Down and in, full count. 3-3 ball count so far by McDonald. Two to the senior Lindstrom. Drive into right, and it'll be caught for the out. All hung up there for out number 1. She didn't get into the meat part of the bat, but hit it fairly well. And a nice grab and right by Robinson for the first out.
Batting third baseman, Katie Center.
Katie Center, the batter. Katie went deep. Home run, knocked in 2, as she went 2 for 3. Tuesday up at Northern Cass. Swing and a miss. And 1 strike. Fuchsen left is well into left center. Playing well off the line. Swing and a miss. It's pound to the inside of the strike zone, and it's now 0-2. Robinson shallow and not quite as far off the line in right field. Popped out, might be playable. Foul ground near the coach's box, and it is gathered in for the out. Catch made by Rath and foul ground and 2 away.
Number 2, center fielder Kaylee McKinnon.
Here's Kaylee McKinnon, junior wears number 2. She went 1 for 1, a double and a run scored. On Tuesday at Northern Cass. Hammers 1 foul, strike 1. Get a look at this facility that not that old, but has really provided, just really added something more to this program that has really taken off over the years. Inside 1-1. Rainy days like we've had these last couple of days. It's still have a game as things did let up a little bit rain-wise after this morning. Good pitch by McDonald, and a strike, 1-2. She's worked both corners very well so far. Set up inside again. 1-2. Pulled foul. Out of play. And the ball in 2 strikes. The Squirrels have games next week here against Hillsborough Central Valley, and then a Saturday game on the 17th. An afternoon game, late afternoon game against Meatport CG. 1-2 to McKinnon, 2 away. Strike 3, got her looking. And a nice inning for McDonald.
Play remains. Kindred-Richland 1, Central Cass 0.
6 up, 6 down so far. Her third strikeout at the end of 2. It is 1-0 in favor of the Vikings. We're back with more here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network in just a moment. Stay with us.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
Emmerman.
Top of the third and a 1-0 game. Vikings on top. Avery Ammerman, late swing, and strike number 1. The 8-9-1 of the order for the Vikings. Ammerman, Robinson, and Rowland. Unearned run charge to Peyton Nelson. Throwing error, and eventually coming around to score was McDonald. Another tardy swing and 2 strikes. Ammerman, 1 for 4, run batted in. She hit in the number 6 spot Tuesday. Is number 8 hole this afternoon. 2-strike pitch. Strike 3, got her looking. 3 pitches and 1 down here in the top of the third.
Batting the right fielder, Abby Robinson.
7 strikeouts. All the outs recorded have a K attached to them for Peyton Nelson. 1 away for Abby Robinson. Line of the pitch is a strike. 0-1. Abby Robinson, a sophomore for the Kindred-Richland Vikings. Had a double, went 2 for 3, 2 runs batted in, and 2 runs scored on Tuesday in Enderlin. Outside, doubles the count at 1 apiece. 1 out, nobody on, top of the third. About a half hour old into this game. We started just a hair before 4:30. Swing and a miss. Late cut, 2 strikes. That sun's trying to fight its way through the clouds on this Friday. Such a great setting here in Castleton. 1-2 bounces up there, and it's 2-2. You look beyond the center field fence and see for miles out there in Cass County. Look up towards Highway 18. On your way to Media and Arthur. 2-2. Nelson deals. There's strike 3, 2 down. Eighth strikeout.
Back to top of the order for the Vikings. Shortstop, Liam Rowland.
Rowland, a strikeout victim in the first. 2 hits Tuesday, 2 for 6 on the season so far. 2 away in the top half of the third. Late cut and a miss, strike 1. Vikings, we mentioned, will host Hankinson Tri-State Tuesday, and then we'll host Northern Cass on Thursday. Weather sounds better Thursday, Tuesday. Temperatures around 40 or so, but both Monday and Tuesday sounds cold and maybe a little bit of rain. It's a soft line drive, a basket catch at second, made by Richter, and that'll do it here for the Vikings in the top of the third inning. So 3 up, 3 down.
We're at the end. 2.5 innings of play remain.
Both
Kindred-Richland 1.
these teams
Central
without a
Cass.
hit after 2.5 here at Coss Field. It's 1-0 Kindred-Richland. We're back in just a moment on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Stay with us.
It was like you can't even describe it. Like I always tell people who don't have kids, it's like your heart running outside of your body. It's just incredible. Like, you made this little human and you do everything you can to protect them.
Left fielder, Taylor Severson.
Clipping along, bottom of the third inning, still 1-0. Magnitude Sports Media Network. msportsnet.com. You can find out the schedule and oh so much more. Taylor Severson as she pulls one to left and foul for strike one. Bottom third of the order here for Central Cass. Severson, Calixon, and Barbara Pranty looking for their first run. How about first base runner? Severson 0 for 4 Tuesday. The one strike pitch. Line, there's a base hit center field. Solid base knock. And Squirrels have their first hit of the game.
Batting designated player, Jenny Talixon.
Jenny Talixon, the batter. Senior, designated player number 4. Talixon 0 for 2 on Tuesday. Now we'll see McDonald working with runners on base. That one pulled foul wide of third and strike one. Now has to work with runners on. It's still early in the game. I think if you're Scott Cost, you don't have to play for, you need one to get it going, but you probably don't have to play for one this early. The one strike pitch. Now back, 2 strikes. Severson got a couple of good swings on McDonald and Talixon. Pretty good rips, but now behind in the count at 0-2. Target to the outside corner from Burchell. There's strike 3. They're looking. And one away.
Batting the catcher, Barbara Pranty.
Barbara Pranty, the catcher. Step up, number 12 for Central Cass. McDonald deals inside, ball 1. Pranty, a junior. 0 for 3 so far in the season, 0 for 3 on Tuesday. The 1-0. Dribbled foul. Down the third base line, that'll level the count at 1 apiece. State tournament this year is in Jamestown. That's what was scheduled for last year, 1-1. Swinging a dribbler to third. They'll try and go to second. Throw is late, and everybody's safe. Vanderman's throw to second, not in time. That'll put runners at first and second, and 1 out. I think you call that a fielder's choice. Well, Severson beat the throw to second. Wasn't hit real hard. A fielder's choice, and I think we will have...
Grace Fletchak is running.
We have a runner at first. Number 9, all right. Grace Fletchak will run at first.
Batting for Squirrels, leadoff hitter, Troy Richter.
Bottom of the order trying to get things started. Fielder's choice. Runners move up a base. On the late throw to second. Richter, strikeout victim back of the first. Now the pitch. Foul, strike 1. Just missed it, 1 strike. Didn't get it on the meat portion of the bat. Really, other than Severson's base hit, McDonald's either missed bats or they really haven't been able to get solid contact. The 0-1. Missed away, and it's 1-1 the count. Four strikeouts for McDonald. Has not walked a batter. 1-1, pulled foul. All in 2 strikes. Last year's state tournament was, both for Class B baseball and softball, was to be in Jamestown. They basically took all the spring state tournament sites and just moved them from 2020 to 2021. Good to have it not too far away from home. 1-2, up the middle. That'll find its way to center for a base hit. Severson rounding third. Throw to the plate, cut off, tie game. Tori Richter, a base hit up the middle, and they're tied at 1. Richter, her third RBI of the year.
Riley Holzer.
Third run batted in, and Scott Cost aggressive. Throw from center, cut off. Fletchock to second. RBI single, evens the game at 1. And Riley Holzer the batter, and she pulls one foul. Strike 1. See what kind of swings they get second time around against McDonald. The 0-1 upstairs, leaving the count at 1 apiece. Gordon center playing pretty much straight away. 1-1 is low. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. That 2-1. Which is low. Or no, they get, no, it was a strike. Late call there by the umpire. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Holzer. RBI chance for Riley. Homered on Tuesday. It's her lone run batted in. Lindstrom, Sinner, and Richter each knocked in 2 on Tuesday, and that win at Northern Cass. The 2-2. Pull through the hole, base hit left field. Late break, and Fletchock will get 1. Everybody will get 1. And the bases are loaded here with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd.
How about in the picture, Peyton Nelson.
So Richter to second, Fletchock to third. 3rd hit of the inning. 4 of 5 batters have reached in the inning, and Peyton Nelson an RBI chance. Nelson line to second at first at bat. Draw the infield in for the Vikings. Swing and a miss. And strike. So a tie game at 1. Squirrels struck early on Tuesday and now might be getting some better swings second time through the order. The 0-1 popped up, and that one will be over the Viking dugout. 2 strikes. Early on, those first couple of innings where McDonald did a really good job. Command was pretty good. Worked both sides of the plate quite well. Target on the outside from Burchell. 0-2. Up the middle. That'll find its way into center for a base hit. 1 run in. The throw to the plate. Richter slides in safely. It's a 2-run single. Peyton Nelson helps her own cause. 3-1 Squirrels. The chopper up the middle that found its way in for a base hit.
First baseman, Abby Lindstrom.
Paige Wixell is going to run it first for Nelson. Number 1, Paige Wixell.
Paige Wixell running.
Single, 2 runs batted in for Nelson. As Fletchock and Richter score. Holzer at second, and the batter, Aubrey Lindstrom. Base hits in all shapes and sizes here in the last of the third. And the Squirrels appear to not be done yet. Lindstrom line to right in her first at bat. Aubrey now 3 of 5 on the year and a good rip. Foul back to the screen, strike one. Two-strike pitch. It's set up outside, but it looked like it had a little too much of the plate. Nelson just went right back up the middle. Let up. This is in. 1-1 the count. Four hits in the inning for Central Cass. The 1-1. Missed inside. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Corner infielders about even with the bag. Halfway up the middle. Down and in, 3-1. Katie Center on deck. Squirrels are kind of been like a barber in this inning, just taking a little here and a little there, and they're looking for maybe that one big hit that could kick the door open. 3-1. Popped up. Infield fly rule called. Batter is out, and the catch to make it official. Line out for out number 2.
Batting the third baseman, Katie Center.
A huge out to get there for McDonald. Got Lindstrom out of the middle of the order, and Katie Center will try and play 2-out bingo here in the last of the third. Center, foul pop to first in her first at bat. Center 2 for 4 on the season with home run, 2 runs batted in, and ball 1 here. Katie Center, a sophomore for Central Cass. The 1-ball pitch, good rip, foul back to the screen, levels the count at 1. Holzer at second. Wixo, the courtesy runner at first. The 1-1. Foul at the plate. Got her in the batter's box, and ball and 2 strikes. The East region is broken up into 2 kind of a north and south. These 2 in the south half, along with Hankinson Tri-State. England Maple Valley 1-2. Pulled foul, a ball and 2 strikes. Northern Cass in that south half. I think I'm missing one. Hillsborough Central Valley. And then up north, you the likes of Larimore, Mayport CG, Thompson, Grafton. 1-2. Pulled foul. Luke Carrington's coming online next year. I believe with the Enderlin Maple Valley Co-op for spring sports disbanding after this year. He talked that Lisbon might join Enderlin for next spring. 1-2. Outside, just missed. 2-2. That is not official yet, but I know that talk has gotten a little louder. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 in for the Squirrels to grab the lead here in the bottom of the third. That's a base hit, left field. Rounding third, they will send Holzer in, throw to the plate, and they've got Holzer caught between third and the plate. The throw is dropped, and Riley will get back to third, and everybody's safe. So it's a base hit. That'll load the bases with 2 outs. Scott Koss sending Holzer.
Batting center fielder, Kaylee McKinnon.
The throw beat her by plenty. But a good job by Holzer. Instead of trying to run through it, she stopped, put on the brakes, forced Burchell to make a play in the rundown. The throw was dropped at third, so the inning continues. And Kaylee McKinnon becomes the 9th batter of the inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1. That was a smart play there. Going to be the 3rd out, at least make her work for it, and they could not. So single. And that loads them up. Check swing, she held up. It's a called strike, and it's 0-2. McKinnon struck out in her first at bat. So 2 out, they center. The throw from left from Fuchsa beat her by plenty. Vikings could not capitalize and make the third out a reality. 2 strikes, swing and a miss. Big strikeout there for McDonald.
Scoreboard, 3 innings of play.
And they'll do it here in the last of the third. Squirrels bat around, scored 3 times in the fourth, and grab the lead. 3-1 Central Cass. We'll be back with more here in just a moment on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Go Promo is your go-to for custom apparel, screen printing, embroidery, and hundreds of other promotional products. Put your company logo on a t-shirt, jacket, calendar, mouse pad, pen, or even a backdrop display for an upcoming event. Possibilities are absolutely endless at justgopromo.com. You can also easily set up an online apparel store for your sports team or business. Email or call Twyla, and she'll set up the store, set up collection for online payments, and even deliver your products packaged and ready to go. Email her today, Twyla at justgopromo.com, or call 388-4852. Go Promo. Consider it branded.
You didn't like the call? Please remember the officials on the court and the field have the best view of the action as it happens. More officials are needed. People like you. Stay connected to the game you love. Contact the NDHSAA, MSHSL, or your local high school to find out how to become an official. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
First pitch, ground ball knocked out of the circle by Peyton Nelson, and the throw to first is dropped. And safe at first is Mauk. That will be an error. And a comebacker, Mauk reaches, it'll be error. I think you got to give that to Lindstrom. I think that's a throw that needed to be caught.
And the catcher, Matty Burchell.
It's a second Central Cass error. Maddie Burchell, a strikeout victim in her first at bat. So 2 Central Cass errors and a comebacker that Nelson knocked down. Good rip by Burchell and a foul to the screen for strike 1. Maddie, a strikeout victim. 9 make it 8 strikeouts for Peyton Nelson through 3+. At bottom of the third for Central Cass, they batted 9. Here's the delivery. Strike called, and 0-2. It was 5 hits in the inning. Severson, Richter, Holzer, Nelson, and Sinner. 5 hits in the inning. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and they left the maximum. Strike 3. Otter looking, and here's out number 1.
Batting the pitcher, Abby McDonald.
Burchell strikes out for the second time. McDonald to hit. Well, they took advantage of the first error back in the second. Throwing error by Holzer and some savvy base running by McDonald. Got that first run, the only run across for the Vikings so far. Near the top of the fourth. Bunted and foul, strike 1. I don't know if may not be able to get a big inning unless the other team helps you out a little bit. The Squirrels, the second error of the game. 1 strike and nothing to Abby McDonald. Each on an error. A second and a wild pitch, third and a stolen base, and home and a pass ball, a strike. And it's now 0-2. Pass ball got her home in the second. Kindred, their lone run of the second. Squirrels got all 3 in the bottom of the third. Here's the 0-2. Foul at the plate. Well, it looked like it hit her in the box. Yeah, it's going to be a foul ball. It hit her in the batter's box. I'm not sure if the home plate umpire saw it. The base umpire did. He put his hands up right away. And I guess if you're the batter, you run till they tell you to stop. 2 strikes to count. Oh-2. Had the plate but missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I think Nelson took something off on that delivery and nearly had her second strikeout of the inning and number 10 on the afternoon. Foul at the plate. Good rip by McDonald, hanging tough at 2 strikes. Nearly halfway through this one. A little over 50 minutes so far. Teams will meet again in about 2.5 weeks. It'll be the 27th over in Kindred. 1-2. Hold foul. And hanging tough at a ball and 2 strikes. McKinnon is way over into left center. You can kind of see it there towards the top of the screen. 1-2. Swing and a miss. And 2 down. Went away that time, and McDonald a strikeout victim. 2 down for Danica Rath.
First baseman, Danica Rath.
Struck out her first at bat. 10 Ks now for Peyton Nelson. Soft little roller to third, bobbled by center, recovers, plenty of time to throw on to first and record the 3rd out of the inning.
According to 3.5 innings of play, remains Central Cass
5-3 on the scoring play
Kindred-Richland
to retire Danica Rath, and a little knuckle job there, and I'll do it for the Vikings. No runs in the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. Halfway home, 3-1 in favor of Central Cass here at Cass Field. More coming up in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Off the bottom half supports
it's 3-1 in favor
Taylor Severson
of Central Cass. You can see the updated totals. Squirrels with 5 hits. Taylor Severson, who started that uprising last inning with a base hit to center, will lead things off. 7, 8, 9 in the order. Face McDonald here in the last of the 4th. Swing and a miss. Went up the ladder in 0-1. 5 hits in the inning for Central Cass. Severson, Richter, Holzer, Nelson, and Sinner all with base hits. The 0-1. Factor off, and it's 1-1. And these teams will meet April the 27th. Got some tournaments in the area this year. Now Kindred's heading out to one in Minot in about 2 weeks. That's Polk Fowl, 1-2. The South Hill Complex will play Beulah, Wilton Wing, and Bishop Ryan. Actually, that's Central Cass, beg your pardon. They're going to be there as well. They're playing Beulah, Bishop Ryan, and Wilton Wing. I think the Vikings are there as well. Now it's pulled to left again and foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the Vikings are there as well in that jamboree in Minot. They're going to play Wilton Wing, among others. Vikings are in that A and B invite at Mickelson Park in North Fargo. Central Cass got a chance to get to play West Fargo late in the year. That should be fun. 1-2. It is low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Packers number 1 of the preseason Class A poll. Squirrels number 1 in the preseason B rankings. 2-2 pitch. Hold foul. Good at bat here by Severson. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jenny Tallickson and Barbara Prenti to follow here for Central Cass in the bottom of the 4th. Two. Popped up foul. That one out of play again. Still 2-2. Making her work. Throw a lot of pitches in this at bat. Target on the outside corner from Burchell. And strike 3. Got the outside corner and maybe a little extra. 1 away. I think that's an example.
The designated player, Jenny Tallickson.
If the target's out there and you hit it, the umpire is going to reward you as such. Tallickson struck out in her first at bat. And the pitch In the air to center, hit well. Dubourg into left center, has it measured, stayed with it with the wind, and again, the wind the way it is today, no fly ball is routine, and she stayed with it, made the catch into left center. Talixon retired, 2 away for Pranty.
Now batting for the Squirrels, the catcher, Barbara Pranty.
She reached into fielder's choice in her first at bat. Hit a little roller to third, the runner at first. Ammerman tried to go to second to get that lead base runner. Here's a little looper, that's into left for a base hit. Too tall for the shortstop, Rowland. Pranty on with a 2-out hit.
Second baseman, Corey Richter.
We'll get the top of the order now with Richter, as we'll have a runner. Fletchock will run.
Grace Fletchock running at first base.
At first, will run for Pranty. So we'll kind of just fight that one off. And just over the outstretched reach of the shortstop, Rowland. Richter, RBI single to third, 1 for 2 on the afternoon for the Squirrels. Popped up. Out behind second, as it'll be to the right of second. Wind might have knocked that down a little bit as Mount able to make the catch to retire Richter on 1 pitch. The Squirrels go down.
Players score remain.
Central Cass 3,
Kindred-Richland 1.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. There you see, line score through 4. It remains 3-1 in favor of Central Cass. We're back in just a moment. High school softball here in the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Go Promo is your go-to for custom apparel, screen printing, embroidery, and hundreds of other promotional products. Put your company logo on a t-shirt, jacket, calendar, mouse pad, pen, or even a backdrop display for an upcoming event. Possibilities are absolutely endless at justgopromo.com. You can also easily set up an online apparel store for your sports team or business. Email or call Twyla, and she'll set up the store, set up collection for online payments, and even deliver your products packaged and ready to go. Email her today, Twyla at justgopromo.com, or call 388-4852. Go Promo. Consider it branded.
Top half of 15. Center fielder Remy Dubourg.
You see Peyton Nelson in the circle getting ready for the top of the 5th inning. Remy Dubourg will lead things off here for Kindred-Richland. And the first pitch is ball 1. Dubourg, Fuchs, and Ammerman, scheduled hitters for the Vikings, still looking for their first hit so far off of Peyton Nelson. 2 errors and the only base runners. Bunted on and fouled, back to the screen. And 1-1. Just 2 over the minimum face so far for Peyton Nelson, the junior in the circle for Central Cass. So those 2 errors so far this afternoon. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Light cut, 1-2. He just joined us, Kindred. McDonald reaching on an error, second in a wild pitch, third in a delayed steal, and scored in a pass ball in the second to give the Vikings a 1-0 lead. Squirrels, all 3 of their runs in the third. Swing and a miss, 1 out. Dubourg a strikeout victim for the second time. It's 11 Ks for Nelson. Mackenzie Fuchs a strikeout victim back in the second. Pitch on the way. Chased one out of the zone. 0-1 the count. RBI hits for the Squirrels in the third. An RBI single for Richter and a 2-run single up the middle by Peyton Nelson. Squirrels got 3 but did leave. The maximum, left the bases full. Outside and missed. Oh, correction on that. 2 strikes. Got to wait on this umpire. Oh, 2. Off the end of the bat, little looper, and a nice running catch. Behind the mound and in front of the bag by Holzer. And there's 2 down. Hit that right off the end of the bat.
Avery Ammerman.
Right off the end of the bat. One of those that was sinking fast, but Holzer a good break and made a running catch. Just a few feet in front of second. 2 away for Avery Ammerman. Late cut, 1 strike. We've seen that sometimes some very late, very indecisive swings from the Viking batting order. Sam Brandt, third base coach in box, tell her, hey, get up there, be a hitter. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another late cut and 2 strikes. Again, you got to remember this is still it's a very talented team, but it's a very young team. There's 1 senior, 1 junior, 3 sophomores. There's a lot of 8s and 9s on that roster. 2-strike delivery, and it's 1-2. Sam Brandt kind of telling Hammerman, your weight, if you're going to have your weight in your back foot, you got to be able to transfer. You know, 1-2. Little roller out to second. Richter fields cleanly on to first. And a 1-2-3 inning. 4-3 play. And Nelson has retired 6 in a row. That'll do it here
Central Cass 3,
for the Vikings in the top of the 5th. Nothing across. Through 4.5, it remains a 3-1 Central Cass advantage over Kindred-Richland. Back with more in just a moment. Magnitude Sports Media Network.
In this place, we face obstacles like nowhere else. The clock, the trail, the hill, the challenge that's always waiting. When that challenge comes, we'll meet it together. Because it's your chance to show what you're made of. Tenacity, resilience, and the power to prove that the toughest competition comes from within. This is orthopedics and sports medicine like nowhere else.
Three and 4 in the batting order. Riley Holzer to lead things off against Abby McDonald with a 3-1 Central Cass lead. And a swing and a miss by Riley in strike 1. Holzer, Peyton Nelson, and Aubrey Lindstrom. Scheduled batters here in the last of the 5th. Glad you're with us here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Season broadcast schedule underway on Tuesday. More coming up next week from both sides of the Red River. 2 strikes the count. Holzer singled in the 3rd, 1 for 2 on the day. Doing 1 big inning. It's been the difference so far in this one. 2 strikes. Pulled to left, hit well, down the line, and foul. Let one of those baseball players go chase it down. 2 strikes the count. Some of the Central Cass baseball team, they were scheduled to play today, but that water's still standing next door. 2 strikes the count. Target to the outside corner from Burchell. Hit the target and missed, and it's 1-2. Richter an RBI. Peyton Nelson a 2-run single broke the tie in that 3-run 3rd inning. 1-2. Hit to left, hit well towards the corner, and it is gone!
From Renton, Riley Holzer.
Riley Holzer goes yard for the 2nd time this year. A solo shot, pulled one down the left field line. 4-1 Squirrels. And that's one the wind didn't really knock down. That one down the line kind of looked more left center into center, but that one held up there fairly well.
The pitcher, Peyton Nelson.
Solo homer for Holzer, her 2nd of the year, the 3rd for Central Cass as a team. And it's 4-1. And Peyton Nelson outside, ball 1. Nelson lined to 2nd of the 1st, a 2-run single back up the middle. That one cleared by a few feet to straightaway left. The 1-0. Good swing. Fouled straight back, 1-1 the count. Here's Scott Koss in the 3rd base coaching box say that was a good swing, Peyton. Kept her weight balanced. A little jam shot to first and drifting into foul territory, and the ball's dropped. Dropped at first by Rath, and Peyton Nelson gets new life. 1-2. Jammed with a little pop-up. She just wandered into foul territory and wasn't able to make the grab. Backed her off. Fastball misses inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. College softball teams have been busy at the small college level. NDSU has their first home games this weekend. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3. Up the black of the outside corner, and there is 1 down.
Now batting the first baseman, Aubrey Lindstrom.
Again, an example of she hit the target. Home plate umpire gave her basically the black of the plate in the outer half. Lindstrom, the batter, takes it high and away for ball 1. Aubrey 0 for 2, popped to second in her last at-bat. So Aubrey on the season is 3 for 6. That's through the whole base hit, trying to backhand it at short was Roland in a 1-out single. Throw rolling back through the infield, but
third baseman, Katie Sinner.
Chase it down, base hit for Lindstrom. 8 hits now for Central Cass, and Katie Sinner will hit. Time is called. I believe that's Greta Klintert, and it is the pitching coach out for a visit. Greta used to pitch in this program and is telling the rest of the infield, stay away. This is a one-on-one. This is a pitcher-only discussion. So Sinner, the batter, singled in her last at-bat, a 2-out hit. Back in the third, she is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Now the home plate umpire trying to come out and put an end to this discussion, and conference of the mound comes to a close, and Sinner ready to step in. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And 1 strike. So Holzer 2 hits. Lindstrom has her first. Sinner looking for her second hit of the day. Fouled, straight whack. Look out. Hey, nice catch. Off the deflection there, and 2 strikes the count. Backstop's high enough, but not completely high enough, because I've seen some come up this way fairly close even to the press box area. 2 strikes the count. Windows are closed today. 2-strike pitch. Little slow tapper to third. And the play on to first in time. Nice play, Ammerman. Will charge that ball on to first to retire Sinner. Lindstrom to second, and 2 down.
Batting the center fielder, Kaylee McKinnon.
Runner in scoring position. 2-out chance for McKinnon. And Kaylee 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. McDonald deals. And up for a ball. High in the zone for ball 1. Is Kaylee able to hold off? Older sister Kenzie McKinnon, part of the state championship team back in 2018 and 2018, I believe 19 as well. Striking is 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Fuchsa will play again off the line about medium deep. You can see Dubourg up towards the top of your screen. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Holzer a solo homer here to start the 5th to add to the Central Cass lead. Now 4-1 here in the 5th. Fouled away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. McKinnon 1 for 3, a double on the year. She also drew 3 walks on Tuesday at Northern Cass. Deuce is wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. The runner at second, and there's strike 3. Got her looking. And that will retire the side here in the 5th.
Girls get 1 run. Bottom half of the
they get a run on 2 hits.
4-1.
No errors and 1 left on as we are through 5 now at Cass Field. Solo homer from Holzer adds to the lead. It's 4-1. Central Cass with the advantage. We'll return with more softball in just a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Go Promo is your go-to for custom apparel, screen printing, embroidery, and hundreds of other promotional products. Put your company logo on a t-shirt, jacket, calendar, mouse pad, pen, or even a backdrop display for an upcoming event. Possibilities are absolutely endless at justgopromo.com. You can also easily set up an online apparel store for your sports team or business. Email or call Twyla, and she'll set up the store, set up collection for online payments, and even deliver your products packaged and ready to go. Email her today, Twyla at justgopromo.com, or call 388-4852. Go Promo. Consider it branded.
Up top half of the sixth inning for the Vikings, right fielder Abby Robinson.
Abby Robinson to step in against Peyton Nelson of the sixth. Swing and a miss, strike one. It's Robinson, Rowland, and Mauk, the scheduled hitters for the Vikings, still looking for their first hit. Off the right-hander, Peyton Nelson. 11 strikeouts by our numbers so far, and quickly in the hole is Robinson at 2 strikes. She was a strikeout victim back in the third. As the Vikings completing their second turn for the batting order as they hit in the sixth, down by 3. 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Went out the zone that time, got her to chase, and 1 down.
Back at the top of the order, the shortstop, Leah Rowland.
3 pitches, 1 away. Leah Rowland, the batter. And struck out line to second. Rowland now 2 for 7 of the season. Ball 1 outside. He had 4 extra base hits. Rowland had a triple. As Kindred led 4-1 going into the 5th inning on Tuesday at Enderlin. Swing and a miss. And level the count at 1. Got 4 in the 5th and then 5 in the 6th to ended early down at Eagle Field, 13-2 over Enderlin Maple Valley. Count even at 1 away here in the top of inning number 6. Game a little over an hour and 10 minutes old in the dirt. 2-1 the count. I don't know if the wind has died down a whole lot. Northwest winds kind of in that low 20 mile an hour range. Right now 19 at last peak, 53 degrees, so it has warmed up a degree or 2. Rolled her out to second. Nice play. Richter shuffling over to her right. And a short flip to first. Good for out number 2. 4-3 play. 2 away.
The second baseman, Bria Mauk.
Bria Mauk reached down in air. Had a comebacker back to the mound. Nelson knocked it down. The throw to first was dropped by Lindstrom. Mauk never got past first, however, back in the 4th. Strike 1. We have not seen, especially as the game has gone along, Nelson, her command's been good. It's been the most important pitch you can throw is strike 1. And she has done so more than not. And bounces up, knocked down by Pranty to level the count at 1. First 8 outs came via strikeouts. She has 12 strikeouts this afternoon through 5 2/3. So 17 outs recorded, 12 strikes. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. And she's in a stretch right now. She's retired 8 straight. 8 straight and I believe 15. I believe 15 of 16. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout here. 2 more strikeouts in the inning. And a 1-2-3, top half of the 6th.
Well, after 5.5 innings of play,
nothing across in the top half of the 6th. 4-1 Squirrels lead it after 5.5. We're back with more in just a moment. High school softball on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Bottom of the 6th, and Taylor Severson pulls one foul. Make those baseball players go chase it down again. Strike one. Severson 1 for 2, singled and scored back in the 3rd. Central Cass 4, Kindred-Richland 1. Home opener here at Cass Field for the Squirrels. Outside 1-1. Home games Tuesday against Hillsborough Central Valley. And next Saturday, the 17th, against Mayport CG. McDonald deals. Good pitch. Swing and a miss, and 1-2. Retired the first 6 batters. She's had 3 1-2-3 innings in the 1st, 2nd, and the 4th. The 3rd was the bumpiest inning. 5 hits led to 3 runs. Line and caught at 3rd, out number 1. Caught by Ammerman, and a kind of a knuckler down to 3rd, 1 down. That thing was fluttering to 3rd, and we'll have a pinch hitter. As it'll be 15 for the Squirrels. That is Camry Nelson. Nelson was the flex player.
Camry Nelson batting.
And she'll hit in the spot of Jenny Tallickson, the designated player, with Nelson playing right in the flex player. So Camry, the sophomore, will hit for the Squirrels. Camry 1 for 1 with a single on Tuesday. She hits a ground ball off the glove of the shortstop that'll parade out into center, and Nelson has a base hit. So base hit.
Now batting for the Squirrels, Gracie Baumgarten.
As Gracie Baumgarten will hit for Tori, or check that, for Barbara Pranty. So Gracie Baumgarten, number 29, will hit, senior. She will hit for Pranty. I'd imagine we'll see Barbara come back into the game behind the plate. Baumgarten got an at-bat, went 0 for 1. She dribbles one down the 3rd base line. It is a foul ball played near the line, about halfway up the line. It just trickled into foul territory, and strike 1, and Baumgarten didn't get out of the batter's box right away. 1 strike. Camry Nelson at first. I'm sure the Squirrels would, right now, you would think a pretty comfortable lead at 4-1, but boy, you wouldn't turn down an insurance run here in the 6th. McDonald's pitched a pretty solid game. Outside. It is 1-1 now. And the sunshine is finally won. It's fought through the clouds and hoping to warm up everybody involved. Little roller left to the mound. McDonald boots it, bare hands it, and on to first for the out to get Baumgarten. Didn't field it cleanly, but didn't panic either. It does move the runner to 2nd. 2 away.
Now batting second baseman Tori Richter.
1-3 play for out number 2. And Tori Richter has a chance to be a 2-out hero. Single and an RBI in the 3rd. She has 3 runs batted out of the season, 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Runner at 2nd, 2 down, and McDonald deals. Here's a strike, 0-1. In the 7th for the Vikings when we get there, it will be 3, 4, and 5 in the batting order. 1 strike and nothing. Hit hard and just foul. 2 strikes. Squirrels with eight hits, actually 9 hits off of McDonald. And the 2-strike pitch. Slow roller to 3rd. Ammerman bobbles it, throw on to first late as everybody's safe. Don't give her a base hit on that one. And the slow roller was going to be a tough play. She didn't feel cleanly, but I don't know if she's going to get her anyway.
Riley Holzer.
So that will put runners in the corners and will continue the inning for Holzer now. 10 hits. Holzer Pulled one to left over the fence for a home run in her last plate appearance. Conference at the mound. So put runners at the corners, 2 out. Richter an infield hit, her second today. And I believe now 4 on the year, actually 3 on the year. With 2 for 4 effort today, she now sits at 3 for 9 on the year. Runners on the corners, 2 out. Pulls her 2 for 3. That home run pulled to left in her last at bat. Shadows haven't crept in yet. Runner from first will go. They'll throw back to third. They'll give Richter second base on a steal. Check on the count. I believe it was a ball. One and 0. Little dribbler up the line and foul. We'll level the count at 1 apiece. Sometimes on that turf, you got to beat it into the ground like that. You maybe expect to speed it up. It really kind of might slow it down a little bit. Turf did get some moisture on it, but will hold water pretty well. 1-1. Strike 1 and 2. So 2 in scoring position. Base hit could get 2 across. Speedy Richter now at second. Camry Nelson at third. Here in the last half of the 6th. 1-2, half swing, she wet, strike 3. And that'll retire the side.
4 after 6 innings to play remains Central Cass
Squirrels do not score. No
1.
runs, 2 hits, and they leave 2. Last wraps here for the Vikings. After 6, 4-1 Squirrels. We're back in just a moment.
Go Promo is your go-to for custom apparel, screen printing, embroidery, and hundreds of other promotional products. Put your company logo on a t-shirt, jacket, calendar, mouse pad, pen, or even a backdrop display for an upcoming event. Possibilities are absolutely endless at justgopromo.com. You can also easily set up an online apparel store for your sports team or business. Email or call Twyla, and she'll set up the store, set up collection for online payments, and even deliver your products packaged and ready to go. Email her today, Twyla at justgopromo.com, or call 388-4852. Go Promo. Consider it branded.
Now the 7th.
Birchall leading off.
New pitcher, Aubrey Lindstrom into the game for Central Cass. Swing and a miss, strike 1 by Maddie Birchall. Birchall, McDonald, and Rath. Lindstrom started and the winner on Tuesday. Now trying to save it here for Peyton Nelson. 6 hitless innings, gave up 1 unearned run. They switch spots in the field. Pranty is back behind the plate after being pinch hit for a ball. And it is 1-1. Birchall has struck out twice. Nelson, 6 innings, no hits, 1 run. It was unearned. No walks, 13 strikeouts. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Lindstrom, a 12 strikeout outing Tuesday in her season opener. Gave up 2 hits, an unearned run, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts. 1-2. Downstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Round 1 with these 2 teams, and who knows, there might be potential. They meet in the region tournament or at state again. 2-2 on the pitch. Full count. Vikings just need some base runners to get started. They have not had more than 1 base runner on the entire game. They had 2 base runners the entire afternoon. Payoff pitch. Lost her, ball 4. Runner on. First walk issued by either pitcher. Either way this afternoon.
Pitcher for the Vikings, pitcher Abby McDonald.
Don't believe McDonald has walked a batter, and she has it. McDonald has reached into the air, scored, and struck out. Pitch is a ball, and it's 1-0. So Lindstrom got ahead of Burchell, but couldn't finish her. And wind hasn't let up too much. Northwesterly wind, hovering right around 20 miles an hour. And a 1-0. Swing and a miss. Breaking is Burchell. Right now, that base runner doesn't mean a hill of beans for the Vikings. Down 3. Still have to at least acknowledge her over there. 1-1 the count. 4-1 Squirrels, top of the 7th. A cool and windy Friday. Inside out, sent one and fouls it off to the right now to play. 1-2. When they built this facility, they had to take out some trees to do so, and there just isn't. Looks like they planted some out in the distance, but it's going to take years before they can shelter us from the wind. 1-2, swing and a miss. A delayed steal attempt and a bluff. Burchell stays put, and there's one out.
Ready? First baseman Danica Rath.
14 strikeouts for Squirrels pitching. First for Lindstrom, and Danica Rath will hit. 0 for 2. Corner infielder's in. She shows bunt. Pitches a ball, runner going, throw to second, and a nice pickup by Holzer, and safe at second is Burchell. A good pickup there by Holzer, kind of smothered it and then tried to get a tag around Burchell, and Burchell had to keep on the bag. It's 1 ball to count. Now to Rath with a runner in scoring position in the dirt. Good block as Pranty keep it in front of her, and it's 2-0. Only the second base runner beyond first for Kindred. McDonald scored in the second. This is the third base runner on the game. Strike, 2-1. You see Burchell kind of dancing off of second, and the Squirrels infielder say, that's fine. Leads 3, you only are good for 1. 2-1, late swing and a miss, ball drop, and Burchell will get to third. And 2-2. Third, we'll call it a pass ball by Pranty, but a good break there by Burchell. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Infield will play. Holzer's about halfway at short. Just missed inside, maybe a hair low to full count. Second 3-ball count of the inning for the senior Aubrey Lindstrom. Payoff. Little roller, back to the mound, runner heads to the plate. They'll go to first and get the out there. A run is in. And it's now 4-2. 1-3, it's a run batted in.
Ready to center fielder.
For Danica Rath, that'll bring up, Remy Dubois scheduled to hit, but we'll have a pinch hitter. As, check and see who that is, Sam Brandt. It's like 17, I believe, is the number. And that would be Cora Johnson, I believe. Yep, number 17, Cora Johnson will hit.
Now batting, Cora Johnson.
So Cora Johnson will hit for Dubois. 2-way, all 1. So Dubois 0 for 2 while she was in there. Johnson with her first at bat of the season. 1 ball, no strikes. A run in, 4-2 Squirrels. Fouled off to the right, now to play. It's 1-1. Vikings, 2 runs and done it without the benefit of a base hit. 3 base runners, a walk, and 2 errors, and that has been it. Squirrels trying to remain unbeaten in the early season. Trying to move to 2-0. Hillsborough Central Valley here on Tuesday. Strike, 1-2. Well, at the bottom half of the zone. 1 strike away. Lindstrom trying to save it. There's a save situation for Peyton Nelson. Popped up. Who wants it? Lindstrom in the circle. Has it. That'll finish this one up. Central Cass wins it.
Central Cass 4, Kindred-Richland 2.
A run in the inning without the benefit of a hit. 1 run, no hits. No errors, nobody left. Final totals coming up here in just a moment. There you see the final line score. 4-2, Central Cass with the win. Stay tuned. Our post-game report coming up in just a moment from the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Looking for a new home? Make home happen by getting pre-qualified for free with Sean Carlson at Town & Country Credit Union. He'll help you find the best mortgage options for you and keep the process running smoothly from beginning to end. With a 97% satisfaction rate, awesome rewards, low fees, and great rates, it's clear why members love Town & Country Credit Union. Stop in or visit townandcountry.org to find out how you can become a Town & Country member today. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Final score, 4-2, Central Cass with the victory. The Squirrels 4 runs on 10 hits. 4 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors. They left a final total. Final numbers here leaving 7 on. Kindred, 2 runs, no hits, no errors. The Vikings leave 2 on base. Final score, a 4-2 victory here as Peyton Nelson, the winning pitcher, went the first 6 innings, did not give up a hit. 1 run, it was unearned. No walks, 13 strikeouts. I think one of the most impressive things between the two pitching sides, just 1 walk issue. Labrie Lindstrom, the save in the 7th, gave up 1 walk. That run eventually coming around to score, struck out 1. Abby McDonald, he pitched a pretty solid game. A wobbly inning there in the 3rd, and then gave up a solo homer in the 5th. 6 innings, 10 hits, 4 runs, no walks, 9 strikeouts, and falls to 1-1 on the season here for the Kindred Vikings. Recap on this one: Kindred took the lead, an unearned run off of Peyton Nelson in the 2nd. As Abby McDonald led off, the ground ball to short, throwing error at shortstop by Riley Holzer. Got her to first to start the inning. She went to 2nd on a wild pitch, 3rd on a delayed steal, and then scored on a pass ball a couple of at-bats later. An unearned run made it a 1-0 Vikings lead. Stayed that way as the right-hander McDonald retired the first 6 batters. She had 1, 2, 3 innings in the 1st and 2nd. And the Squirrels got to her in the 3rd. A leadoff single from Taylor Severson started the inning. After Jenny Tallickson struck out, Barbara Prante reached on a fielder's choice on a ground ball to 3rd that was fielded by Hammerman. She tried to go to get the lead base runner at 2nd. The throw was late, a fielder's choice, and everybody was safe to put runners at 1st and 2nd. Tori Richter a base hit, scoring Severson. That tied the game at 1. That was followed by a Riley Holzer single. That filled the bases, and then Peyton Nelson, a 2-run single up the middle, made it a 3-1 game. Squirrels did get 3 and left the bases loaded. It was 3-1 after 3. They added a run in the 5th, a leadoff home run from Holzer, second of the year, a solo shot pulled to straightaway left. That made it a 4-1 game. Squirrels had a 2-out single, actually a 1-out single from Lindstrom. She got as far as second, but couldn't get her across, and had 2 in scoring position in the 6th, but a big strikeout by McDonald fanning Riley Holzer to end the threat, and it was 4-1 going into the 6th. Peyton Nelson left after 6. She retired the final 9 batters she faced in 15 of the final 16. And Aubrey Lindstrom, they basically switched spots on Tuesday as Lindstrom came on to the 7th, gave up a leadoff walk to Maddie Burchell. Burchell eventually stealing second, getting to third on a pass ball and scoring on an RBI ground out back to the mound by Danica Rath for the second out. That made it 4-2. And then pinch hitter Cora Johnson, a pop-up to the mound, caught by Lindstrom to end the game. Lindstrom gives up 1 run and 1 walk. Struck out 1, but good enough to pick up the save, her first of the year. So Kindred, 2 runs, no hits, no errors. They left 2. Central Cass, 4 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors, and they left 7 on base. Nelson the win. She goes to 1-0. Lindstrom the save. Abby McDonald takes the loss for Kindred-Richland, as she is now 1-1 on the year. Team scheduled to play Tuesday. The Vikings will host Hankinson Tri-State over at the Progressive Ag Diamonds at 4 o'clock. The Squirrels scheduled to take on Hillsborough Central Valley here at Cass Field at 4:30. Here's where you can find us online via a lot of social media platforms, via YouTube, Instagram, the Facebook, or on the Twitter as well, Magnitude Sports. Of course, you can support Magnitude Sports with PayPal, Venmo, YouTube Super Chat, and much more. Schedule coming up here in the coming days. There you see some softball and baseball coming up on Tuesday, if Mother Nature agrees. The forecast is not looking real positive, but some action coming up on both sides of the river next week as well, including here in Cass Field on the 17th. So if you missed any or part of this game, this will be available to watch at your own leisure and discretion later on here in just a few minutes. You'll be able to, if you were here and you want to watch back, or maybe you were watching a little bit of here, a little bit there, and you might have missed something, you can watch at your convenience through msportsnet.com. So, for Mike Mason, I'm Brad Anderson. That will wrap it up here from Cass Field. Time of the game on this one, 1 hour and 32 minutes. Got done just after the dinner hour of 6 o'clock. So your final score one more time. On this one, Central Cass picks up a key early season Class B East Region softball win, a 4-2 win over the Kindred-Richland Vikings from Cass Field. Have a great night and a great weekend. So long.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.